another concept that I mentioned earlier about corporate ethics or business ethics being a part of societal ethics is this idea of corporate social responsibility. So the idea is that businesses, companies, however you want to term it, are part of society and they should give back. Looks different at different companies. Um, Probably a lot of you have worked or do work for companies that have some form of this. So, for example, the last company that I worked for, like corporation, we got 1 day off, so 8 hours off to do volunteer work. In addition, we would have something called where we paid like $20, and it was essentially a donation to the March of Dimes, but you got like a little like clip-on badge thing that said like jeans for babies or something, and so I got to wear jeans that week. So we contributed to the March of Dimes. We would also have, a Salvation Army angel tree just for our corporate office. Target has other things. Let's take a look at some of those. All right. Don't need money off at Target. Well, I do need, but moving on. So, things that are in their environment, social governance, CSR, corporate social responsibility. They break it into these three different areas. So, giving back to the environment, giving back socially, and then overall governance. So looking at this, you can see the environment, all different ways that they are giving back. Socially, they're doing all of these different things. Some stats about, how they are contributing to society in a positive way. Most companies, you can find some kind of, on their corporate part of their website, something about how they are positively contributing to society. Another aspect is how a company behaves, and particularly for a salesperson, they're looking at their sales manager, their VP of sales, their regional sales manager, as a model of how they should behave. And that doesn't always, managers sometimes mess up or they allow things that they shouldn't. So for example, at Wells Fargo, and in the sales management class, we do a whole case on this or activity. Basically, if you don't know about what happened at Wells Fargo, they set such unrealistic goals in order to achieve a certain level of commission for their salespeople that they started taking shortcuts, and one branch did it and then it spread across the company so that branches were achieving their sales goals. And this was all based on how many different products does a customer have. And so more products, the better. So what salespeople and branches started doing is if you came in and you opened a checking account, because they had your signature, they would just also open you a savings account and put $1 in it. They might also open a credit card for you. Then customers started figuring out, I don't know if it's through credit reports or whatnot, they had all these accounts that they weren't aware of. And then everything kind of blew up. And so the video I'm about to play for you is just a really interesting commercial because pretty much all they could do from a PR standpoint is just face it head on. Hey, we messed up, and this is what we're going to do differently. So let's watch this commercial.
We know the value of trust. We were built on it. Back when the country went west for gold, we were the ones who carried it back east. By steam, by horse, by iron horse. Over the years, we built on that trust. We always found the way. Until we lost it. But that isn't where the story ends. It's where it starts again. With a complete recommitment to you. Fixing what went wrong, making things right, and ending product sales goals for branch bankers. So we can focus on your satisfaction. We're holding ourselves accountable to find and fix issues proactively because earning back your trust is our greatest priority. It's a new day at Wells Fargo, but it's a lot like our first day. Wells Fargo, established 1852, re-established 2018.
All right, so, whoops. That is an example. You can look at these questions and go through them on your own. Other things, whistleblowing now officially, like legally, you cannot, whistleblowing cannot be held against you is what I'm trying to say. But the inaction of it can be held against you legally. Other things, you can read about the definition of these. Discrimination, harassment, multiple levels. None of that's okay. I'm just going to leave it at that. And then just some questions you can ask yourself when you're thinking about if what you're doing is ethical. I mean, one, is it legal? If it's illegal, then okay, that ends the story. Or it should. Is it fair? If not, okay. Golden rule. Would I want someone to do this to me? Number 4, even more than would I explain my actions to someone else, I ask myself, would I want to explain this to my best friend, my mom, my dad, my spouse? I don't want to explain it to them, then I shouldn't be doing it. And lastly, how does the action make you feel about yourself? You know, if these are all negatives, then that tells you something. So the last thing is case 3.1. You do not need the textbook. There is a video. The quality is You just need the sound and story. So you're going to watch this video. It's linked. I'll check it just to make sure it still works.
Oh, hey, we got you. No, I probably prefer eating upright.
Sit.
This antipsychotic issue is one that I...
All right. So you know which video it is. It is linked. But I don't know if it's third. I think I mislabeled that. But you're going to watch this video. Then you're going to answer the following question. Was what Gwen did unethical or illegal, or both? And then cite principles that were discussed in chapter 3 videos explaining your answer. You're going to submit this through D2L by Thursday, class time 11 a.m. And then we're going to discuss in class on Thursday.